gets a trip to sunny Arizona for Super Bowl 57. The AFC title game is underway.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, 75 yards.
And the Titans are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Now Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Jones. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Throwing, Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Gonzalez's kick is good.
And that will make our score 9-0.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
From just shy of midfield, Lawrence. Got a man complete. It's Taylor.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Christian Fulton. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
Here's Jones to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to Brown, right side. Room here to run. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event not getting to them early.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And the grab by Croft. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
A 1st down carry for Henry. Powers through it.
80 yards rushing now in the opening quarter of this AFC Championship game.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On first down, it's Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Dante Jackson picks it.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. After 1, it's 9-0.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Lawrence.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Titan football. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
110 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this AFC title game.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Derrick Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Colts will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Lawrence will throw. Being chased out left. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run. But I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run. One that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, coach. Break it down.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. Man open. Here's Jones. Touchdown, Titans. Julio Jones. 56 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offense.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, They've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last two possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Lawrence to throw.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Now Lawrence.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Christian Kirk there to make the grab.
And the Colts get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Looking into the snowflakes, and he muffs it.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here.
Dancing to his left. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Henry Ruggs.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
And this is now a 1-point game.
Makes the score Titans 16, Colts 15.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
Now Jones.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Jones. A final shot before break. Rolling to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And here's Rodgers to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Colts take over at first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have work to do in the second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
Danico Autry is in on the stop.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Meanwhile, Lawrence is throwing to the hands of Pittman here.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll run with Taylor. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
Over the middle, complete. It's Taylor. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 36,
Lawrence. He'll drop this down to Taylor.
and he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
51 yards rushing for him now to this point. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Now Lawrence.
And he's got his man on the out route.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now a give to Taylor. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
They'll try and run. Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Colts have taken the lead here in this AFC title game.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Oh, that's true. You've said that before. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play that time for the Titans.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the 3rd quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of a game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll run it again with Henry. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Looking downfield for Jones. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are going to retake the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And that is caught for the 2 points. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Rodgers on the return.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good gain on 1st has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
They go play action with Lawrence.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
This is the tight end, Njoku. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
options galore here. Second and a few inches. Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Back to Taylor on first down.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling. For the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They begin with Henry. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
126 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Three yards remain for 2nd down.
Again, it's Henry. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively, but there could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. Does the big boy have the juice? Past the 20. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we could make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
Touchdown, Colts.
Jonathan Taylor, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Colts have taken the lead here now in the fourth quarter of this championship game.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Now Jones.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter, this possession, gigantic. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Now Jones.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Looking to throw. Jones flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Dante Jackson picks it, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
The Colts are champions of the AFC as we sign off here and say goodnight, everybody.
Football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Colts and the Cowboys, and it comes your way next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Indianapolis Colts taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And he comes in off of a tremendous game in the NFC Championship round 2 weeks ago. This has been a team all season long that's really taken their identity from their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their time, and he's going to do all he can to will them to a Super Bowl win.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, you don't become a two-time rushing champion in this league without being able to shed some tackles, and Ezekiel Elliott does just that on this latest run.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd and 2. A give to Elliott. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
The give is to Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
To throw is Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 19.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. Touchdown! With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that.
And the Cowboys are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he's been sensational all season long, but he saved his best work for the playoffs, leading his guys to the AFC Championship a couple of weeks ago. And now he knows what lies ahead. He's going to need to play a near perfect 4 quarters of football to get his guys to the finish line.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark it down at the 49. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. A quick throw, but incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. On play action, Lawrence. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Henry Ruggs from 17 yards out. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, 75 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. Reception here by Ruggs. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Working with a 2nd and 3. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the counter, it's Taylor. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Play action. It's Lawrence. He's got his tight end, David Njoku.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of
Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Lawrence will throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Christian Kirk, 39 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Prescott. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And some room to maneuver. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, an even 90 yards. And the Colts on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Prescott's throw pulled in by Hopkins.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw going to be caught by McKenzie.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackled him for just a short gain.
And again, it's Prescott. That is caught.
It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The option to give to Taylor here. 120 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 45 on second down, Lawrence. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
That's what they have to do more defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball. So it's halftime. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated. Ready to go for the second half. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And through one half at least, this Super Bowl has been everything it was cracked up to be. All tied. What's your key for them, Charles, in the second half?
Simplicity, partner, because in the Super Bowl, with the extra time at halftime, I think some staffs get caught up in trying to design too many things. It's all tied up. They have to remember what they did to get here, put that back into play here in the second half, and I think they'll be all right.
A big hitter to start the drive has them up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And all the way down to the 12. A big play there for Indy.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. From the 4, this is second down and 1. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor,
his second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Colts have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. McKenzie will not return this, and it will be brought out to the 25.
Here we go.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point, but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Prescott.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
2nd and 9. Now Lawrence.
Buying time to his left.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the 1st down in the process.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
137 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
David Njoku. There to make the grab. And the Colts will extend their third-quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked so well. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
10th carry now for Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
That is caught by Lamb. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
We'll check on his status when we get back.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
First down, Prescott. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Third quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Zeke going to get it on the option.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Draw play, Elliott. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Here's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Isaiah McKenzie there to make the grab. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage.
He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see it back. Just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Pittman here. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. McKenzie now to return it. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Play action now. Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McKenzie. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott.
And he'll go underneath here to Elliott.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there. They'll have a 2nd and 1. They go to Elliott again, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott from 4 yards out.
And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this fourth quarter. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
2nd and 7.
Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
166 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime he hand the ball to a back.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Try to punch it in with Taylor.
Taylor's got the first down and more.
And down right around the 37. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Now Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick here is good. That might just have been the most pressure-filled kick in Super Bowl history, but he stepped up, knocked it through just like it was a Tuesday practice in July.
And if it's not the most pressure-filled, it's certainly right among them. A title on the line, and he comes through. Nails.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or part, you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in Indianapolis. The Colts are the Super Bowl champs. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.